welcome to a special edition, a special report from renewsyoucanuse.com. I'm Ruben Austria.
I'm Keith Carberry. 45, 45, 50, 55,
Actually,
60,
let's
60.
do a handshake. This is a very serious topic.
It is a very serious topic.
Okay.
Going once, going twice. Sold to the man with the orange cap over in the corner there.
We're doing a special report on selling your home in a tough market. And I know, Keith, that obviously you're dealing with a lot of home sellers who are really having a hard time selling their house.
Yep.
I'm dealing with a lot of home owners who are having a really tough time refinancing. And the fact of the matter is, no matter what techniques or things that you do to market houses traditionally, and whatever I can do, no matter how good I am doing mortgages, a lot of these people can't be helped.
Right.
And why don't you introduce what a new site that we're launching due to the emails that we've been getting from RE News You Can Use of people who are having a hard time selling their house or having a hard time refinancing and really basically just having a hard time in this really tough real estate market. Why don't you introduce it?
Well, the seller, Ruben, is getting very concerned, getting very confused, and doesn't understand why their house isn't selling. They do understand the market's changed, but the market has changed so much that it's gotten them a little bit upset about the whole thing. So we came up with an idea that, well, why don't we do something a little bit more creative? Think out of the box, number one. I know that this is things people have been doing this for years and years in the past, but we felt that it was important that we did a little twist on it and we provided something that was creative so that you and I can stay in the business and other people can stay in the business. And we're opening this up to our new concept, up to real estate agents, to buyers, and to sellers. So if you fall into those categories, you should really take a look at this new website, massrealestateauction.com. And MASS really stands for massive. Although we are from Massachusetts, this is open to everybody throughout the country. So let's assume that, let me give you an example of how this works, Ruben.
Got it.
First of all, it's free right now.
That's
we
right.
just started, we just launched it. It's brand new. So we're going out free. So if you wanted to go to ebay.com, you can certainly do that. But typically when you go to buy a house via auction, you need to go see that house anyway. So you really can't buy the house. If you go to eBay, it's going to cost you money. If you go to Williams Auction, that's another website, it's going to cost you a lot of money to go there. They're one of the largest out there. We're not that big yet. We're going to be big. So we're going to charge. They're not going to charge anything right now, and we're going to help you get set up along the way to do the right thing to get your house sold in 30 days. And we're going to be able to do that. We can virtually guarantee that it'll be sold in 30 days if you follow the right instructions in getting that done.
That's right. So let me backtrack a little bit. You said if you're a real estate agent, someone in the market, or someone in the business, if you're a seller, or if you're a buyer. So basically anybody connected to real estate, and
if you're a buyer interested in buying a house via auction, this is where you want to go. This is one of the places that you want to go to buy a house.
Well, I've always told people that, whether you're a potential buyer or just renting, you've had in your mind always that you've always wanted to buy a house. It all depends on whether you've given up on that quest already.
Right.
So for a buyer specifically, if you want to buy a home at a bargain price, and I say bargain, Keith, because a lot of people who want to buy foreclosed homes, sometimes you don't want to buy foreclosed homes.
It might not be a bargain.
You just want to buy a home that's a great value, that's in your price range, that you can afford the mortgage payment, and definitely buyers can contribute.
Right, buyers can contribute.
But
if they love that house,
if
they love that house, we can have a button just like eBay does called a Buy It Now button. So if you really like that house and you don't want to, you want to make sure that you buy that house and you don't get it for maybe a little bit less than that.
Right.
Click the Buy It Now button, and congratulations, you just bought a house. But we always recommend that you see the house first. So I guess what I'm saying is that although eBay is a larger company, when it comes to an auction on a real estate, you need to see the house anyway. And when you see the house, we just give you the directions on how to buy that house on massrealestateauction.com.
Okay. We talked about buyers. Let's talk about sellers really quick.
Okay.
Okay, a lot of sellers have their...
Is that like a house with a basement? Or is that a person?
That's a person. Right now, it's a struggling person. Obviously, a lot of the sellers have had their property on the market for a long time.
Yes.
Okay, and I don't know what they've been told or the misconceptions that they've created, but having your house on the market, just because your house is on the market doesn't mean it's going to sell.
Right.
It has to be on the market for the right price.
It's all about pricing, Ruben, and that's the idea about the auction. The auction sets the market value, and with this auction, the really nice thing is a lot of people get concerned as a seller about going into an auction because it might be sold by the highest bidder might buy it. That's true in some cases, but we have a special button called the Reserve Hidden Price button. So let's assume that you want your house to go in the market, and the minimum number you'll accept is $200,000 for your house.
Right.
Well, we have a hidden reserve button at $200,000. So if you get 100 people who make an offer on your house, and it only reaches 100, and the highest bidder is $180,000, well, guess what, Ruben? The obligation to sell that house is no longer there because it did not reach the.
There's no obligation. The winning bid in the auction, if I get this correctly, Keith, has the opportunity to negotiate with the seller.
Well, actually, the winning bid, if they go over that reserve price,
right,
it's their house. It's theirs. They've got it. If there's a buy it now button,
if they don't, they have every right to negotiate with that buyer.
They can then negotiate afterwards with the buyer. Yes,
that's right.
But if they meet the minimum reserve that's hidden in that computer or in that system, then they have the seller has the obligation to sell that house.
That's right. But at any rate, the benefit for the seller is that it generates interest, more and more interest,
right,
for the property.
That's correct.
That's what marketing is all about.
That's right.
And we seem to be okay with that, doing okay with that. The last thing, Keith, I'm going to have enough time to talk about is the real estate agents. Obviously, a lot of real estate agents struggling, have many listings,
right,
cannot sell their property. Same position, they're in the same position as the sellers.
Right, Ruben.
Okay, so we're helping the real estate agents by allowing them another tool to attract buyers to their property.
Right. They can knock on the door and say, listen, I now have 2 weapons in my toolbox. I can put this house on MLS, or I can sell your house in 30 days using the massrealestateauction.com website. Again, it's massrealestateauction.com website, and then there's a button that says place your bid now. And the real estate agent can act as an advisor to help market that house. They cannot be the auctioneer because they are not an auctioneer, and we can teach that real estate agent exactly how to do that.
That sounds like a good plan, Keith.
Doesn't it sound great?
Really. I mean, we need to do something.
Well, we're filling in a necessary hole that's been missing for a while now. There are all different ways to get this done, but I think this fills in a hole, and we're going to be able to give the buyer, the seller, and the real estate agent the understanding that they need to carry on and go forward with this opportunity.
That's right. That's right. So like I said, to everyone who's
giddy up.
Everyone who's been sending us emails about what they can do with their mortgage, what they can do with their house that's currently for sale for a long time, we have the solution, and we're trying to help you out. We really are.
And this is called a private auction. It's not called a foreclosure auction. Although if you are heading into foreclosure, or you're in having a subprime issue, and you can't make payments anymore, this is a way that you can avoid the foreclosure by going into a 30-day quick auction sale. And the reason why I say 30 days is because you have to market it for a little bit before you can show the house and then sell the house.
Got it.
Or via auction.
Got it. It's really time to step up the marketing, take advantage of the internet and everyone who's on it looking for homes, because really times are tough right now.
Yeah, we're going to be advertising in some really cool places, so it's something that you need to do.
Times are tough. Sellers need to do what they can do to get rid of their house and not foreclose, not go into a distressful situation. And we're just trying to help out. Right. So if you have any questions about massrealestateauction.com, email us at info@renewsyoucanuse.com, and we will have a mass real estate auction.
Yeah, we actually have an info at massrealestateauction.com.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, we do. So send it to info@massrealestateauction.com. Again, that's info@massrealestateauction.com. And again, mass is as in massive. So
massive.
Massive.
All right. I'm Ruben Austria.
I'm Keith Carberry.
Make it a great day.
Make it classy, America.